he's an ambitious young boy. You know, he loves playing football, a little bit like Phil Foden in the fact that you can imagine him never being off the football pitch. But yeah, he's some player, probably the best I've seen, a winger since Harry Kewell, definitely a top player. And yeah, I think he's going to have several international caps, to be honest. I don't think this is going to be the only feather in his cap.
Just looking at his raw numbers from last season, I think there was, and this season, 33 Premier League appearances, 7 goals, 9 assists. We all seen his strike against Everton a couple of weeks ago. You know, did Liverpool and the other kind of top 4 or 5 teams at the top of the Premier League miss a trick with Raphinha? Because looking at it now, that £17 million Leeds have spent for him from Rennes just looks like an absolute steal.
Yeah, I mean, we're all saying it last year about how we were all worried a little bit going into the window, to be quite honest with you, because all of our attacking output, in my personal opinion, maybe not all of it, maybe 80-85% comes through him. He's the innovator, he's the creator, he's the one teams double, triple up on, and he's the X factor, and he really is world class. You know, I think people throw around the term world class quite frequently, to be honest, but I genuinely think Raphinha could play. This is just my personal perspective. I think he could play in any team in the world. I think he's that good, and I don't know how long we're going to keep hold of him for, but the fact we've kept hold of him this summer is pretty incredible for Leeds. It's a massive statement of intent. It's almost better than a new signing, to be honest, Paul, keeping hold of Raphinha and Calvin Phillips, of course, as a pairing for another season. Yeah, he's going to be a top player. But yeah, I can imagine you lot still sniffing around and us seeing all the rumours next season and me getting nervous every single day.
Harry Kewell all over again, couldn't it? Like, we all know Liverpool were linked with him. They weren't the only ones. But bring you back to his comments about maybe not going away with Brazil, understanding the situation. I remember following your coverage on Leeds Live over the summer about it, and he was pretty respectful then, wasn't he? Because it'd only been a season at Leeds, but he impressed everyone. And in certain situations, when you've got maybe a Liverpool sniffing around and other big clubs, you might make a few moves, maybe speak to newspapers or websites in your home country, and kind of go, "Oh, that'd be quite interesting." That everything Raphinha did in the summer was suggest that no, he's not going to rock the boat.
Yeah, I think that comes back to the transfer policy, to be honest, Paul, which is Leeds don't just go out and buy players. They buy personalities, and I think that it's a huge thing. And don't get me wrong, it'll be an ambitious lad. I'm sure he'll go on to even better things than Leeds United. I know it's painful for Leeds fans to think of that, but there are bigger and better things to a lot of other footballers, especially these foreign lads. They've got no allegiance to Leeds United. You hope they do develop that, but he might have. But he's been saying all the right things. He wants to stick around. He loves the fans. And you'll know, Paul, it's an obsessed city. It's a massive city, and we all make sure he's well loved on social media and in person and all this sort of stuff. And he could become a hero at Leeds. And a lot of players, some players, I know it's the modern era, but some players maybe would prefer that to bigger and better things. Who knows? I'm hoping he's going to be the next sort of foreign Shearer. That's going to be the template.